people nowadays just don't know any better. But my boy was telling me, he thinks it was Kodak Black that was on Ed Lover, and Ed was like busting his balls, like trying to get him to freestyle over a Premiere beat, right? And dude basically just said, no, he said, I don't want to do that, and I can't.
If you can't freestyle,
you would have been done. In the 90s, you would be like, done. That's a rap for you, son.
Done.
You remember Magoo? He used to rap with Timberland. That dude, one time he was in the basement with I can't remember who's the host of the basement on BET, but this dude said like they tried everyone who went to the basement freestyle. Everybody. If you went on that show, you know you're gonna have to freestyle.
Hey, was it was the host Tigger?
That was the end of his career.
Hey, was it Tigger?
Tigger, yeah, that's it. When
that's what happened to Magoo.
No, career over.
Yeah.
See, that's how it used to be.
That's what happened to Magoo, because all of a sudden he was just gone.
Yeah, he just disappeared.
Just gone.
I mean, I don't. Maybe I'm old, man, but I don't understand what's going on anymore. I just don't.
Even about old, man. It's just I don't know, man. There's just like no standards, man.
Trash.
Because I was sitting there, I was talking to some of my boys about like DC Universe and this and that. And I said I can't get with this Jared Leto Joker. It just disturbs me. Like it just doesn't feel like it feels wrong, right? All these tattoos and the grill. And I said I figured out why. I said because he looks like today's rappers, and I can't stand how these dudes.
No, he's rolling with Rick Ross in the video.
It's crazy, man.
Rose. I do like Rick Ross though.
But I said all these dudes. It's funny because like Marilyn Manson kind of got clowned by like the hip hop crowd in the day, and this and that. But now all the rappers now are stealing Marilyn Manson style.
Hey, Slimmo, you originally from DC Metro?
Yeah. I was born in DC.
Yes, sir. So you know about Go-Go?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Backyard.
Yes, those pocket beats. Oh my goodness, man! I still listen to Go-Go.
Chuck Brown.
I still listen to Go-Go. We were listening to the Groovers the other night at my buddy's house.
Oh, Northeast Groovers.
Yeah,
yeah. When I was young and into the the party scene, I used to go to all the go. Used to go to the Black Hole. Yeah,
the Icebox.
Man, I was dangerous like that.
Dude, like, those places were dangerous.
What's up, Native? Yeah, man. Like, man, you go to the Black Hole. You grind on some females for a good 3-4 hours. The go-go band would show up and only like play for the last half hour of the party.
Yep.
And then get to the car as quickly as possible because you might get stabbed and or shot on the way there. Always something popping off. So yeah, that's that DC nightlife. I probably seen you in the clubs a couple times.
You may have, man. You may have. All I remember is people getting hit, fights, people pulling out knives. The one time I went to go, and I only saw it back one time. The one time I went to go see back, a riot broke out. A girl hit a dude with a steel chair in the face.
What?
Yes. Yes. We left. We got to the parking lot. We heard dogs barking. We're like, what? Where are these dogs coming from? The police had
Florida Avenue, man.
The police had showed up and just let the canines loose.
Damn.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. They do that.
Next thing my buddy's like, canines. I'm like, what? I jumped in the car. As soon as I closed my car door, there's a German Shepherd at my window going, go.
You almost it was like the scene from Friday. I got bitten in the ass today, son.
Yeah, right. I said, no, dog, no.
I said, no, please don't bite me, dog.
Please don't bite me, dog. Please don't bite me. Greg, go get me some water. Oh my goodness, yeah, that's funny, man. That's funny.
Good old
day. Yeah, and Essence is still around, but one of the members got murdered in front of his apartment or something recently.
Crazy.
Yeah,
not surprising, but I don't
know if it was Go-Go Mickey or I don't know which one it was. He was one of the founders that was in the news. So, but I mean, Back's still around. Big G's not really part of them though.
I see him at the grocery store.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You see Big G at the grocery store.
I've seen Big G at the food line like 2 or 3 times.
That dude's got a deep voice, man.
He must live somewhere like either in my neighborhood or the neighborhood over. But yeah. I see him often.
Yeah, I mean, he got big time, man. He started doing TV shows and was on The Wire for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was second, third season of The Wire.
Yes, sir. That's right. Of course, everyone. Hey, what's up, your relative? He's like, "What's up, nerds?" Nobody knows what we're talking about right now. By the way, this is DMV talk.
Well, everyone knows The Wire. Wire is like one of the best, like top 5 TV shows.
Yes, this is true.
Ever. And it's funny. A lot of the extras that showed up as like gang members just in the background, I knew those guys. They when I went to Towson for college, they were students there. And so they were always coming to Towson like, hey, we just need some people who just stand around in the background.
You know what's funny? I went to high school with Chris, the dude who played Chris.
Oh, really?
Yep. His name's Banga. And he used to be a troublemaker, man, in school. And he discovered like wrestling, and that just like turned his life around, he said. But I remember, man, he was always getting in trouble, always fighting people, man.
What's up, B?
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, B?
Welcome to Brap Hip Hop DMV Talk.
Yeah, welcome to B. Welcome to the Brap Hip Hop Hour Talk.
Hey, we talking about that, man.
What's good, man?
We were talking about rappers these days, and nobody dropping bars anymore, and stuff like that.
There's still a couple people out there, man. You just got to sift through all the nonsense.
Like I roll with like J. Cole, Joey Badass.
J. Cole is good. Yeah,
guys like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Jordan Lucas. But these other cats, these ones that look like rejects from like Joel Schumacher Batman.
Oh boy,
what's up, 410?
Can't do it.
So one of them looked like Poison Ivy.
You know what's crazy though is that it was just one.
I think we lost B.
Lost B.
I think so. B Money, are you there?
So it's murmuring and like it's just garbage, man.
Hey, B, we lost you for a sec, man.
Oh yeah, you dropped out, B.
Dropped out.
You drop again?
All right, so B.
Yeah, B, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You keep dropping out, man.
You dropped out a couple times.
These ISPs already getting us, man.
Yeah, they're growling us.
Like B already over his data cap. They're like, nah, man, we slowing you down. You already passed that 2 gig monthly data cap.
It was interesting that I'm having to look into Comcast now because I'm going to be moving, and the neighborhood I'm moving to doesn't have FiOS, which sucks balls.
Oh man.
And I'm looking at. I got no other choice to go to Comcast, and their data caps start out. You get a terabyte a month.
What?
Yeah.
That's it.
1 terabyte a month.
Oh my gosh!
I told you, man. When I first moved out here, man. When I switched, I was coming from Dish or whatever, and then I came out here and I ended up getting Time Warner, and they had data cap, and I was like, what? Like, I've never had that before.
Yeah, Time Warner is the king of data caps in this country.
You can buy an extra 50 gigs for $10 a month.
Extra how much?
50 gigs for $10.
50?
Yes.
That's it?
That is it.
That's an update for an Xbox One X game. This is bad, man. Yeah. See, like I was just talking earlier this week with my wife. I was talking about going to Comcast just to kind of reset like the cycle you kind of get into, because I've had Verizon for 6 years and Verizon not trying to come down the price. I'm paying way too much. So I'm thinking
you can renegotiate though.
I've tried, and they're just like, oh well, you know what? I'm gonna cut the TV. I'm gonna cut everything but the internet.
Is your contract up though?
No, I have like 9 months.
Okay, that's why you got to renegotiate. Like when you get to like we got 1 month left, and then they'll renegotiate. They'll send you their customer retention team.
Yeah, because the thing is, this is what sucks is because if Comcast is starting to go to data caps in our area, Cox Communications, Verizon, what's another one that's in this area? Windstream, they're all going to go do the same thing because these ISPs don't really compete with one another. What they do is they have an understanding. If you're crappy to your customers and I'm crappy to my customers, when they jump ship and go to you, yours is going to jump ship and go to us. So we're really not losing.
Yeah, we're all winning. It's the mafia mentality, man.
Yeah. And the biggest thing about it really is it's all about who owns the backbone of the internet in your area.
Yes.
So like the only way
has a monopoly that here.
Oh no, it's Verizon. Comcast may have a monopoly in your area, but the backbone for our entire Northern Virginia, Maryland area is all Verizon. Everybody has to go to Verizon to even do business. So that's how they were able to keep Google out. Because Google was going to come in with Google Fiber, and it was going to be like $50 a month for.
I heard different Montgomery County. Like I heard when Fios was trying to come in, they were lobbying against Comcast, because Comcast had everything on lockdown.
Well, yeah, in order to allow Verizon to start digging and laying their fiber, they gotta get county approval. And if Comcast was able to lobby, it's easier. It's funny, on a local level, it's easier to use lobbyists on local politicians, and because the money is smaller than it is on the federal level. So that they could very easily say, you know what, don't allow them to lay fiber here.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, guys, I want to just give a shout out to everyone in the live chat: Irrelevant Native, Gaming Forte, Punk Kiddish. Gaming Forte says he pays, I'm assuming he has Comcast, says he pays $50 for unlimited data a month. So that's on top of what you're paying. That's crazy. Because I got Fios right now. We don't have data caps.
Hey, Forte, who do you have?
I think he's got Comcast.
Comcast? Okay. Yeah, I have it's different in regions. But it's what you just said is something that Luca told me, and Luca is in the Midwest, and she said that now Comcast is giving them a data cap. So Comcast is moving towards that very, very quickly because net neutrality just got killed 2 months ago.
Look, man, when we go to these streaming devices, I mean, I think all these ISPs are going to start. I mean, they're going to start charging us data caps because they're going to see how much their argument is. They need to maintain the infrastructure.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's really so jacked up? The guy who's in charge of the FCC is a former Verizon lobbyist.
Yeah,
they put this dude in place to undo net neutrality and allow them to do us all like this, to screw us all with no lube. And now they want to say, oh, well, we think this guy was on the take. Let's go investigate him. Now after you kill net neutrality, now you want to investigate him? It's so crooked.
That makes sense for the government, doesn't it?
Exactly. Okay, yeah, let's throw this guy to the wolves now and pretend and tell our constituents that we did something, even though there's no going back. The only hope we have for a free internet is the states continue pushing to do what they're trying to do. There's some states, I think one is Washington, another one maybe like North or South Dakota or something, like somewhere in the north, where they're trying to get their own state internet. Like they're going to lay their own copper or fiber and allow people to come to them and just bypass these companies with their
you can't do that, man. That's socialism, man. You can't do that, man. That's socialism. It's America, man. You can't make me get government internet.
Lock her up.
I want lock him up.
Internet, he'll fix it.
Yes,
Native is a bot. He is a Russian bot. Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, Irrelevant's chanting "Lock her up" as we speak.
Lock her up. Where's the server?
Yeah, right. Where's the server? I want to see those emails. Anyhow, so welcome everyone to podcast 119 of the Basement Radio Arcade podcast. We are live as always this beautiful Wednesday night, August 1st. Can't believe it's August already. It's crazy.
No, right?
Got a lot of gaming news to talk about. Want to welcome back Mr. Eric Jackson, everybody.
What's up, man? Yo, it's good to be back, man. I missed you guys. I missed the chat. Yeah, the last couple of weeks have been interesting. Been pretty up and down, you know what I'm saying? So, but no, it's good to be back. Good to be back.
No, man. We're happy to have you back, man. It's glad you're feeling better. Glad to hear your daughter's doing better, man. So, yeah, great to have you back, man. So, so we got a lot of actually, this is a fairly big news week. We had NPD drop today. Big shout out to our friend Matt Piscatella. Try to get Matt on the show. He's like, I've been on. He's like Enrique, I've been up since 5 a.m. I was like, dude, don't worry about it. So he said he would come on the next NPD, which comes out August 21st. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah, we had NPD drop. We had some potential Fable news to talk about. Sea of Thieves. We have some Sony news to talk about. Sony, ironically, is reporting record high profits. Imagine that from Sony.
What does that matter though? If the PS Plus numbers dropped.
I don't think Sony's ever. I don't think Sony's ever done anything successful.
Nah, man, trash.
Garbage, man.
Garbage. Let's just admit, Sony's a garbage company. It's just garbage.
Movie division garbage, TV garbage.
Yeah, exactly. Man. What'd you say, B?
Said no innovation. They don't do anything.
Nope.
No, they don't do shit.
What's this Blu-ray thing I've heard about though?
I don't know. Apparently,
we're still waiting it out.
Apparently, the Walkman was garbage because it ate batteries.
HD DVD is gonna make that comeback. Trust.
The DVDs are coming back. Don't call it a comeback.
HD DVD, man.
Shit, we might get the 8-track back. You know, at the fire
quality sound anyway.
Destiny 2 on an 8-track.
Yeah, Destiny 2 on 8-track. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. So, oh geez. So, hey, let's talk about some Sea of Thieves because we haven't talked about Sea of Thieves in a long time. And Irrelevant Nate says, no, not like this. Let's talk about some Sea of Thieves. We haven't really talked about Sea of Thieves a lot. Apparently, Sea of Thieves has 5 million players, and I think it's great news. It's great. I'm actually excited to hear that the game is doing that it's able to develop this kind of community. Irrelevant says, let's not talk about Sea of Thieves. No, Irrelevant. We got to look. We got to celebrate successes in the industry. Ashtray Gaming says I sound Australian when I say garbage. That's because I say garbage on purpose.
Garbage.
It's really garbage, but I say garbage. So yeah, Irrelevant. We got to celebrate these small victories in the gaming industry. You know, considering a lot of the criticism that the game received upon launch. You know, the whole cracking is lacking stuff. Sam, hey, what's up, Sam? Big shout out to Sam towards the live chat. Let's keep talking about it. No, we got it. Seriously. All joking aside, this game did receive quite a bit of criticism when it launched. You know, because of lack of content, and Rare has seemed to really stepped it up and added some additional content more recently. And look, they're at 5 million players. I think it's great. I think it's something to be commended for, and considering that it's Rare, I think this is great news. Great news for the industry. Anyone have any thoughts on the 5 million and some of the new content they released?
I mean, since I haven't touched the content. Like, I'm not a Sea of Thieves player, but you know, I'll co-sign on and say that's definitely good that it has that kind of player base and is growing. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing to like scoff at. 5 million players rocking on it.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. I think 5 million is great. I'm sure, and obviously, I think you probably need to look at Game Pass as probably contributing to some of that success, which is great because I think that's the intent. To get people maybe engaged in games that they may have not thought about playing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is fantastic. Slow-mo, I'm surprised you don't have anything to say about this, man.
Yeah, I'm not a Sea of Thieves fan. I tried it. I tried a couple times with some friends, and I just couldn't get into it. It's
I heard
not my
it's
kind
because
of
you're
game.
not good. I heard it's because you're not good at it.
This is probably true. I suck at killing skeletons. I'm terrible at catching chickens. I suck at killing skeletons. But and I don't take instruction well. So when my boy was like, half mass, I'm like, what you talking about? You want me to do what? You want me to just put it? Which one you want me pull down? Like, I mean, all that stuff. It just wasn't for me. But I am happy that the game is doing well. It's getting more content. People are enjoying fighting the other monster that apparently is fully formed.
Megalodon.
Yeah, the Megalodon, and is getting story content. They showed that at E3. So it's it would have been it's unfortunate it didn't start out with much content, but if the game, say, like a year from now, a year from launch is like this this massive thing where it has a strong following, and it warrants a sequel that may get a little bit more focus on more content at launch. That would be awesome, and it'll be just another IP that Microsoft can rely on for having the exclusive. So I'm glad it's doing well.
Yeah, big shout out to Sam. Sam mentioned that Rare's doing some great stuff, changing the world month to month. He said they're also showing they're listening to feedback. Sam mentioned that when they interviewed Craig Duncan in February, they had no plans for AI ships, which actually is one of the things that recently came out. The cursed sales is, I think, what Sam's referring to with the AI ships that you have to try to take out. And yeah, I don't think, my understanding is, and I haven't played it, and just talking to some folks who've played this the more recent update, I guess you have to you basically can't go against these ships by yourself. I think there's two or three ships, I think, that you have to take on, and you have to basically partner with other ships to take these ships out. But and apparently the Megalodons now pretty much roam the ocean. It's not like an event type thing. They swim around and they can attack your ship at any point. So that seems kind of cool. So I think they added a new skeleton class, from what I understand too. That there's some kind of like powder keg or something, some kind of explosive that you can kill you pretty quickly. So yeah, this is cool. I'm really glad to hear this. I think if they add more content, this is something like I may, if I have time to, maybe go back to and try to get back into. So we'll see. Anyone else have any thoughts on Sea of Thieves before we move on?
Nope.
No. All right. Nope. All right. Cool. So that's our Sea of Thieves news. Slow-mo. I also heard that they assigned you the duty of repairing the ship, and you couldn't do that right either. Oh, did we lose Slow-mo?
Oh, nope. That neutrality got him.
Yeah, Slow-mo. What happened? Oh, Slow-mo's. He had to take a bathroom break. Imagine that. All right. So, oh my goodness. Chief Tommy says, "Oh, I missed the Sea of Thieves." Goodness, yes, you did. Sorry, Chief. Chief earlier asked me if Microsoft released how many bananas people had eaten. No, they haven't done that. All right. Other gaming related news: Destiny 2. Has anyone? The B? Did you get back on Destiny?
Yeah, man. I've been on Destiny all day today.
Nice, man.
I've been on it the last couple of days, man. I'm trying to level up, man.
All right. So you did you play?
I need the help, man.
Yeah, he needs the help, man. We got to level him up.
I'm scrub level, bro.
Hey, we probably right around the same place, man.
Yeah, what's your light level right
now? On my warlock, I think I'm only like one something, like
what?
120. Yeah, you know, I mostly was playing it on PlayStation. You know, what I mean, that's where I bought it first.
Yeah.
That's why we were talking about the cross progression thing, man. Imagine if you could, you know,
what
you're putting in over here could be over there, and vice versa. You know,
right.
It would be a lovely thing.
Yeah, it would, man.
Be a lovely thing.
And I've said this. You got to imagine that would probably increase sales for people who are multi-console owners. I mean, if you could take your, you know, whether you have it on Xbox One or PlayStation, you could take your character across platform. I mean, shit. I mean, you got to imagine that's only a win for developers to drive more sales potentially.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I'm at. Sam says slow mo has become sleep mo. Oh my goodness.
You've been putting in work, man.
Yeah, I have, man. Irrelevant Native says cross progression is so anti-consumer. Irrelevant is funny, man. Game for Tay says he's loving the update. Yeah, so I'm up to light level 345.
Nice.
Baller.
Yeah, man. So I went through well, you know, I went through download the Warmind DLC and played through the story mode and then leveled up like that. And then you know, ran a couple strikes with Mooch and Xbox, and then had the opportunity to play some missions with some of my fellow Iron Lords clanmates. And yeah, and so that's pretty much how I leveled up. I mean, it didn't take as long as I thought it would. So, but anyhow, let me tell you something. I mean, you know, we all complain about like no end game with Destiny 2 and lack of content. Let me tell you, I think they're bringing content now. I mean, I think they're bringing it. I mean, the Solstice of Heroes event is a grind. Number one. I mean, and this is going to help you get up to power level 400 armor if you participate in the Solstice of Heroes. And I think it's going on from now to, I think, is it August? Yeah, August 28th. Mm-hmm. So you'll be able to do this. So,
what is that anyway? Because I'm just not getting back in. I told you, I haven't really been in Destiny since November.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I mean, it's a free event, mm-hmm. right?
Better be.
No, it's free. Right? Yeah, we're gonna get you Summer Solstice on Destiny 2 of $20. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Activision at all.
Shit, you know, Activision was probably like, come on, let's make it $10. You know,
Activision again. Like, how many times we told you, you want in, you got to buy that DLC. That's the gate. That's the gateway.
That's right. Man.
Yeah, but it's a grind. Game Forte says it's a grinding fact, bro. It is. And
is it a good grind, or is it kind of like?
I think it depends how you look at it.
How you look at it.
Well, you know, I guess for me, like the part of the grind I don't enjoy is that. So the Solstice of Heroes event is basically kind of like a celebration or remembrance of defeating the was it the Red Legion?
Mm-hmm.
I almost called it the Red Army. The Red Legion. And so you go back and you actually play the missions that you played when Destiny 2 came out last year. Mm-hmm. So you're going back, you're reliving those missions, and not there's some twist to the missions. So they're not exactly all the same, but for the most part, they're pretty much the same, except you're getting when you start the Solstice of Heroes event, you're getting a downgraded armor. You're getting the green armor. I forget what that's called. And you basically have to upgrade it. And you have to upgrade your armor based on collecting orbs. So like one of these, and it's not just collecting orbs, but like one of the, like, I don't know how to describe this because I was doing it yesterday with big shout out to Monkey Punch and Death Singer. We were doing this, but some of the orbs you have to collect like arc, solar, void orbs. They're dropping. These orbs will only drop when you're wearing your Solstice of Heroes armor set. You can actually only do the missions when you're wearing your Solstice of Heroes armor set anyway. So basically, what collecting these orbs will just give you the ability to stacking damage boost, as well as contribute to your upgrades. But there's certain like armor sets, like I think like with the chest plate, you can only collect like void orbs on like Earth. So that's the only place where you can get void orbs for that particular armor set. One other armor set you have to do like Crucible. So it's some of the objectives.
What it's really trying to do is just make you engage into the different modes of the game.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. That's the best way to put it. That's probably that's probably the easiest way to explain it, man.
In that grind, I mean, so are you gaining decent level? You picking up different gear? I mean, to like worthy gear, stuff like that. Because that's, I mean, if it's a grind, but if it's worth the grind, if the payout is worth it, then
Well, the payout's level 400 gear.
Well, there you go.
You'll basically, I believe, upgrade all the way to, if I'm not mistaken, exotic level pieces. But one thing I did notice as I'm playing though, and I'm getting drops, I'm still getting like legendary or rare drops that are the light level of my character's light level. So even though like I'm taking it's like my light level's dropping using the Solstice armor, so like my Solstice armor, my light level is 272. Even though I'm getting like even my legendary rare drops, I'm still getting items that are like 340 up. So in that regard, that's actually pretty cool because like I think I'd probably be a little pissed if I was grinding and I was getting purple engrams, purple drops, and they were only like light level like 272,
Right.
Yeah. So at least you're still getting rewarded, not just with upgrading your armor pieces, the Solstice armor pieces, but you're still getting rewarded potentially upgrading your weapons, the weapons that you normally would use in the armor pieces that you had previously. Yeah. So, but it's definitely yeah. Nate says that's because it calculates based on your gear and your character. Yeah. Hey, what's up, J Street? Yeah, but it's a grind. I mean, it's definitely going to keep I think us busy through right around. It goes through the 28th. So I think Forsaken drops September 4th.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So it's a grind. I mean, I know
you solo, or you've been running most of the groups or what?
I've been running with the Iron Lords. It's funny. Lord King put out a tweet. He's like, if you're part of the Iron Lords clan, you need to be on here grinding weekly, or else you might not be part of the clan anymore.
Yeah, I saw that tweet.
Yeah, he's like, no. What does he say? Like, no more freebies or something?
Yeah, you pull out your iPhone and look at your calendar and be like, all right, so I got Thursday night free. I can he knew how to play it. He's like, all right.
Yeah.
Text wifey, what we doing Friday night? I'm not trying to get booted.
Yeah, those guys trying to get booty.
No, I think King would understand. You're trying to that's
yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. B, what are you, a hunter?
No, I'm a warlock.
You're a warlock? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So like the warlock, like with a headpiece, 30 kills of your super in the crucible, 10 crucible kills, your armor piece, homecoming redo mission, 90 arc orbs and strikes, completed meditation with Ikora, chess piece, chosen redux mission, 150 solar orbs, complete 10 heroic public events. So like you said, B1, I mean, this is just the warlock class. Yeah. So this kind of gives you like you said, like it makes you try other aspects of the game that you may not try. Like I wouldn't necessarily go on the Crucible, right? And try to get like 30 kills with a super.
Right.
Like that, and that's why like I have a Titan, that's what I have to do for the leg piece. I have to get 30 kills on my super in Crucible and defeat 50 mini bosses, which I've done already. So E, man, if you're up for it, man, get back into it, man.
No, I'm definitely getting back into it, man. Like I said, my life has been all like Witcher 3 in my downtime. You know, like I said, last couple of weeks, like it's just running around, being crazy. Just kind of want to like sit back and like be in your own zone. And then when I was ready to actually like hit, you guys up and play, I lost my voice. So it was like,
I hear you, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you sound like what's his face from
Sound like, I'm telling you, man, I sound like
DOC
on the Chronic album.
Yeah, I was about to say sound DLC.
Give me my motherfucking weed.
Yeah, hey. Hey, it's a DLC.
$5. I go to this house and swap meat.
Oh man, that's terrible. That is terrible, man.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
It was rough, man.
Yeah. So
no, let's definitely running, man.
Yeah. And Nate says
right time between that and Division with slow mo.
Yeah, that game's garbage. And Nate says he doesn't like being forced into Crucible personally. I get it, man. I can see that. Some people don't like playing Crucible. I get that, man.
I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah. No, I do
Crucible, like. I actually, because I don't do a whole lot of like deathmatch type stuff like that, like PvP. But I like Crucible. I like the way it flows. You know what I'm saying? Over something like COD type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like matches don't seem to take forever. They're moving fast. They're quick.
They do move fast, man.
So
yeah, that's a great point. E.
Yeah.
I enjoy Crucible and Destiny 1 more than Destiny 2. It's less team shooting, but it's still good. It's still good to play. It's easy to get back into. Whenever if you step away from a little while, jump back in, knock the rust off. It's good fun.
Yeah, see, I was forced to play Crucible. Well, I guess I wasn't really forced, but I just prefer to play Crucible to try to level up over running around doing like patrols and stuff like that. That's just like super tedious. I'd rather just get in there, hop on Crucible, play a couple rounds, and then level up to progress the story. Because I'm playing on Xbox now, and I was like a level 8, and they're like, "Oh, we need to be a level 11 to progress the story."
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, you can play Crucible or do patrols." I'm like, "I'm not doing no damn patrols." Like, just hop Crucible, knock that out, and then I was level 11 after like 3 matches. So just went back to the story.
No, I used to do the strikes. That I would just run the strikes over and over and over again. Just go through the playlist and slowly grind my way up. I didn't really mind it too much. But yeah, Crucible is more dynamic, especially if you're really dominating, really killing. it could be a lot more enjoyable. But I don't know. I always seem to feel like when I did the strikes, I got more loot that way.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. Like I definitely like the Nightfall, like heroic stuff. Like, yeah, you definitely get more stuff, more drops. Yeah. So Slow-Mo, man, are you gonna get back on Destiny, man?
So I've said that I'm not giving Bungie any more of my money.
Oh my god!
And I have
stressing Enrique out, dog.
Hold on, I have softened on it somewhat, but I'm still not for the finesse. And Activision, I'm about to just rant real quick. Activision are some
here we go.
Straight bastards for this nonsense. They refuse to just give us that trash Curse of Osiris for free. Oh my god. Okay, so when the Xbox had their sale, right, and they had that little deal, it was Destiny 2 base game with the first expansion pass for $19.80. $19.80. If you look at what the expansion pass was alone, it was $20. So you gonna tell me that the game is worth nothing, less than nothing, is worth negative 20 cents? Now they got this deal where if you get Forsaken, it's like you can get Forsaken and the first expansion for $60. What the hell is that? Forsaken is $40. The expansion is $20. There is no deal here. You just added two things together. You ain't finessing me, Activision. Come on, man. I'm not down for the BS. If you going to actually, they have come up with every deal possible, but the deal that will actually get people to jump back on, which is Forsaken plus them trash 2 DLCs they came out with for free. When they drop that, I'll put my $40 down and I'll get back in. Until then, no.
With that emphasis on it, no.
No. Absolutely not.
Hey, man.
You want some of this, old man? No.
You guys love it, and the game is fun. You know, I will agree, but I have integrity. You know, I have a little bit of integrity that I have to hold on to, and my integrity says, everyone else messes up and tries to get the community back. That you got the Division with the free update. You got No Man's Sky with a free massive update. You got all these other companies that messed up and they give free updates. And I'm not saying Forsaken should be free, but give us something, nigga. Give us something, man. You don't give us. You just basically using the same exact pay structure you did for Destiny 1, but you were worse now than you were then. So you gotta do something. Step up.
Can I get a rib?
I'm just saying.
Points, man.
All right, man. Well,
I threw my dignity out the window during that Xbox Summer Sale.
They agree with you, man.
Hmm?
Yes, like Game Fortesa. Now this isn't rant.
Yeah. I went on a little rant there.
No, man, dude, that's J3 said just one rib. No, man. I mean, there's some valid points. I mean, look, Curse of Osiris was some bullshit. I can admit that. Like it was terrible. Terrible. Yeah, as Charles Barkley would say, it's terrible. Yeah, it was pretty bad. And yeah, I think at this point, they should probably discount. You know what, Slow-Mo, for the first time in this podcast, I agree with you in that regard.
Mark this moment at 9:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. I mean, I think at this point, discount it.
Yeah,
I think.
You really want to get your community back. I mean, that's what you do.
What they should do is if you have the content, like all the previous content, whether you bought it when it was $20 on the summer sale, or if you bought it day one, like you should be able to get Forsaken for like 75% off. Yeah, because you've been a loyal customer. You've been there since, since day one, or you've took that plunge and purchased the content when nobody else was. So
yep, that's very true.
You should see some sort of discount, going forward in that. You got these people who've been rocking with Destiny since it came out, and we still get that same pay structure as everybody else. And if you weren't into Destiny, you can pick it up on September 4th and you can get all that content for $60. Whereas we've overpaid we're probably going into $120 at this point if you purchase all the content to this point and then purchase Forsaken. So I definitely agree with that. If you're a loyal customer or someone who's been rocking on the game for an extended period of time, there should be some sort of discount structure as well. You got to be able to reward the people who've been rocking with you.
Yeah, especially for the fact that they know people have not been happy with the content that they've been dropping because they've been doing their little silly apologies. You know what I'm saying? It's like the domestic abuse apology type thing.
We hear you.
Yeah,
we hear you. Yeah,
I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like you smack
in the face. We're still going to charge you, but we hear you.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You smack in the face, and then there's like flowers on the nightstand. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but
that's not funny. But
it's not funny. It's like, and I'm not down, baby. I'm not. Yeah, but B's right. You're right, Slow-Mo. It's like the people that have been rocking with you, they've been saying, you guys have not been stepping up. The DLCs have been weak. at best. So yeah, do something for that community that's been there rocking with you. You know, like some of us have double dipped 2 platforms. You know what I'm saying? Picking up the the DLCs, this and this and that. So yeah, Forsaken should be deeply discounted. You know, not saying you're gonna throw it out there for free because they're just not gonna rock that, but it should definitely be deeply discounted because at this point you're trying to get people back and grow the community even more.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to like King and Cognito, what they've been saying on ILP, and like even at it, if Forsaken isn't the bomb, like that might be a wrap. So right now you need to be trying to do anything to kind of smooth that over.
Yeah, Forsaken's not the bomb. They might be in trouble.
Just in case, because dude, you got other games nipping at your heels. We don't really know what Anthem's going to be yet, but let's say Anthem comes out and just starts, comes through and crushes the buildings.
Yeah.
You got Division 2 coming up.
Yeah, and you have to look in the long term. Like, so they messed up with Destiny 1 in the beginning, and then they came back. They got the community back. They had a loyal, deeply loyal following. They go into Destiny 2, and people like, hey, I heard Destiny 1, got better in the after the first year. Let me give this Destiny 2 a shot. And they messed up again. It messed up even worse because they started lying. And so now it's just like, so not only did you disappoint people, but your reputation took a hit. So now when people say every time Destiny come out, it's not the hotness. It ain't good when it first come out. It's a slowly gets better kind of deal. So that's more and more people who aren't going to pick up Destiny 3 day one. Now your reputation took a hit. So now there are people who are even now are just like, forget that. I'm not rocking with Bungie. So you have to step up even further to get your reputation back, one. And then two, to make people say, you know what? It may have started out bad, but this game is awesome now. And actually get people thinking maybe they've changed, maybe they've learned, and Destiny 3 will be something I'm looking forward to. Because as of right now, there's no way they can think that Destiny 3 is going to be anything but a disappointment. Mm-hmm. And they're already working on it. So if you're already dedicating the manpower to this and spending the money on that, then you gotta do what you gotta do. You're gonna have to take a hit in the short term to get a long-term gain. This is business. And so that's how you get a community back. We've seen it happen in Rainbow Six Siege. We've seen it happen with For Honor, The Division. All kinds of games have done this. And this is the only one that decides, we want you guys back, but you're going to have to spend that money. Come on, man. Mm-hmm. You have to remove barriers of entry. Give me an incentive to come back. Having me pay more money, that's not how you getting people to come back.
Mm-hmm. Nope. So, yeah, but what if the content's good though, man?
Yeah, but how are people supposed to know if you want to charge them an arm and a leg to play it? They may hear word of mouth.
Yeah, word of mouth reviews,
Yeah, but still, okay. So take me for instance, right? So right around the same time, Destiny 2 Forsaken comes out, it's Spider-Man. I'm more interested in Spider-Man right now, so I'm gonna play Spider-Man.
I think a lot of us are interested in Spider-Man.
So what?
I think most of us are probably more interested in Spider-Man.
Exactly. So
it might not be an episode of Brap that week.
Message on Twitter. Brad will be back next week. Be playing Spider-Man. So you got a lot of competition coming this fall. A lot of good games are coming out. Red Dead 2's coming out. I think I might, because I never actually finished Red Dead 1. Full disclosure. So I got it backwards compatible on Xbox. I may just decide to go through that after Spider-Man and then play Red Dead 2. When am I gonna have time for Destiny? maybe a little bit later, but then there's so many games that are coming out. You know, when you lose people, it's hard to get them back, and more likely you're not going to get all the people that you lost back.
No, yeah, you probably won't. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And by the way, Eric's not lying. We probably won't be. We don't have a wrap the week that Spider-Man comes out. That's no bullshit. That's probably gone.
Unfortunately, yes, I do like spending money, but I don't like spending money unnecessarily.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, this month is the first episode of Life is Strange 2 and the final season of Walking Dead. It started.
Yeah, it started. No, you're right. And there's some other games that are dropping for free. In case you haven't heard. Let me tell you something. I was really happy to hear that Splinter Cell Blacklist is now backwards compatible.
Yeah. That was backwards compatible now. We Happy Few is coming out on Xbox like next week or in 2 weeks.
It is, yeah, coming out. Yeah,
I'm hoping that turns out to be like what I was always hoping that game was going to turn out to be.
Yeah,
because what was in the preview, I was like, ew.
Yeah,
but the more like recent trailers and stuff after Inside Xbox, I'm like, this is looking like what I wanted to be from the beginning. So I definitely sit back and kind of see what the previews and the community are saying about it. But yeah, that might get copped.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested. I've been kind of watching it for a little while, and I think I might pick it up. It just all kind of depends, but like I said, the competition is fierce right now. So
I mean, even all joking aside, even the stuff like backwards compatible. I mean, look, when Blacklist came out, it came out like a year before the new consoles came out. So it's probably
came out the same year. Came out 2013.
Oh, that's right.
That's why I didn't finish it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, B. So think about all those people that either didn't pick it up or like B didn't finish it, and now it's free backwards compatibility.
And the greatest game of all time, Rise Son of Rome, is in Game Pass. I may just play that for the rest of the year.
You mean the game that God of War was
it influenced God of War.
God of War stole from.
Let's be honest. Rise Son of Rome has influenced every game.
Yes,
that's come out this gen. Okay,
this gen, last gen.
It went back in time like Marty McFly and influenced Miyamoto with Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, man.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie, man.
Remember how they say in the Bible, on the seventh day God rested, he played Rise.
Oh my God.
This is even day, man. I made the heavens and earth. I'm chilling, man. I'm playing Rise.
Wow, Eric, you have just coined a phrase. On the seventh day, God rested and played Rise.
And he saw that it was good.
Wow.
Oh my God, that was great.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I actually like Rise.
No, dude. Rise is a good game, but
it definitely had a great foundation, man.
Yeah, but
look, I played 25% of Rise and I got bored and I stopped. But everyone keeps talking about how it changes your life. It's like visiting Mecca, So maybe I'll go back in. Maybe I'll go back and give it a shot again.
It's like visiting Mecca.
If you bought the console day one, man, there really wasn't much options, man.
Right.
2K, Madden, Rise, Dead Rising 3.
Although I think they should do. They need to give it that 1X enhancement. That and Sunset Overdrive, because the developers don't do any of that. That's all Xbox in-house that does the not the X enhancements, but actually no, I'm wrong. That's backwards compatibility. These are current gen. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen.
They talked about that, like with in particular Sunset Overdrive. They're like, we're working on Spider-Man. Like that's where our resources are going right now.
Yeah.
And the fact of the we don't know the numbers on Sunset Overdrive, but we can guess it's definitely not. They'd be like, you haven't bought it. We gave it away for free and you didn't pick it up. Why would we go back and enhance that?
Yeah.
And spend hours and resources to do so,
Yeah.
So you can ignore it all over again.
Didn't they make a profit on one of those those early gen exclusives? I can't remember. I know they did make a profit off of Quantum Break. They did make a profit off of Rise. They made a profit off of one of those. I can't remember. But it doesn't seem like they were never going to, pick those back up and try again. So.
I'll tell you what, though, Hitman's on that list too for on Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah. I'm getting that. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try Hitman.
Hitman's good.
Yeah,
Hitman's
good.
Hitman is actually pretty good. I have the complete season, and it's a really
PlayStation.
Yeah,
it's a good. I got it on Xbox One X enhanced.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Gold chain gamer.
Gold chain game. It's nice, man. It's a good game. Obviously, I think it's one of those games that I think a lot of people slept on.
Hitman?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a really, really good game.
I think there are people who slept on it, but it did well.
Yeah, it did. I think people just slept on it because it was episodic.
Yeah.
And they didn't know what to expect from it. It's going to be interesting to see how people pick up the new Hitman since it's going back to the old formula where it's just all ready to go.
Just one game?
Just one game.
Let's go.
Yeah. Well, didn't they get dropped by didn't Novella get dropped by?
It's not IDOS anymore, right?
Yeah, it's not under the Square Enix.
Or Square Enix.
Yeah, Square Enix,
yeah.
What else dropping to the Game Pass? There was something.
There's a couple of games.
Ruiner? Is it Ruiner?
Yeah, Ruiner. Bandera, Rush. What else?
Hey, when does Shadow of the Tomb Raider come out? Is that October?
That's September also, I believe.
It comes in early September, I believe.
When am I supposed to play Destiny?
I mean, this is true. I mean, you're right. I mean, when do you get to play Destiny?
I gotta get the hours in, man. King ain't about to kick me out this clan.
Yeah,
I gotta clock some hours. You gotta see that I was at work a little bit.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, man. I saw him on Twitter. And that when I read his tweet, I read it in his voice, like his tone, like yelling and all like pumped up.
How did that sound in your mind?
I better be active. You're getting kicked out.
Say it again. How'd it go?
Man,
that's pretty good, dude.
Almost. Say it again.
Huh?
Say it again.
What the King voice?
Yeah.
Nah, I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
You put him on the spot. You can't do it on the spot.
You can't do it on the spot.
So,
King was serious too.
No, but real talk. Like we were talking about in the DM, man. It's just having all the consoles and having that bug where it's like you see a good deal, you got to cop this game and cop that game. The backlog can be crushing, man. So you have to really think where you're putting those hours. That's a game within itself. That's a strategy game, tower defense. Where am I putting these hours to play what?
Hey, Slomo, your father's in the live chat.
I know that. I know that of what you speak.
Yeah, big shout out to Ash and Luca. What's up, Luca? But look, I mean, even on the PlayStation side, PlayStation Plus games for August, Mafia 3 and Dead by Daylight.
Yo,
both solid, man.
That's very solid.
Mafia 3? What? I'm picking that up.
Yeah, I have Mafia 3 on the Xbox, but I'm gonna pick it up on PlayStation just cause.
Mafia 3 was one of my biggest disappointments, man.
Really?
Yeah. I was super hyped for that game. Hangar 13 like hyped it up like it was gonna be this amazing experience, and it was just the same stuff over and over. The story was really good, but
that's what everybody says. That's the consistency in it. Is the story's great, the open world stuff is garbage.
Yeah, there's some bugs, some technical issues with the game.
But it's in line with like you played through Mafia 2. Like when I played through it, I just kind of went through, played the story. I did a couple of side things just to get like suits and outfits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I completely ignored the rest of that world.
Yeah.
And just kind of did the story. The story was amazing. So I figured it's probably gonna be a lot of the same with Mafia 3, but I'm definitely gonna play it. At least play through the story because, like I said, I hear the story is amazing. But yeah, the way they showed those trailers, the way they put it, it's like, oh, it's about to be on in this game, and the brother as the antagonist and the whole nine in the '60s. Yeah, it was like, so it was a little disappointing to hear that the rest of the game just kind of fell apart.
Yeah, most definitely, man.
So
yeah, so no, either whatever console platform you're on, I mean, it's a solid month, I think, for free content. And if you own both like us, woo, you got decisions to make.
Backlog.
Yeah,
backlog, man.
Just throw it in the pile, man.
I can't even. I can't.
If you like me, still on Witcher 3, man. I got like 170 hours in there right now.
Did you finish it yet?
Yeah, I finished the main story, but I'm now doing like Hearts of Stone.
Yeah. Which
is about 20-something extra hours itself, and then I got to do Blood and Wine, which can be another 30-40 hours. But dude, that's how I get with these types of games. It's like I did the same thing like with Breath of the Wild. It's like when you have like that gamer ADD, but it's good stuff. Like you kind of run around because you know how The Witcher 3 is, man. It's like side mission stuff can be just as good as the main story, and that's where you end up. The next thing you know, you're 170 hours. But I made a commitment. I said, I'm getting through Witcher 3. I'm not putting it off anymore because it's kind of a travesty that I put it off as much as I did over the last couple years, like for other games. And as I've gotten deeper into it, I'm like, I actually put this game to the side for some of the other trash I played over the last 3 years. Wow.
That's why I'm trying to get you on the email. I'm like, yo, you gotta finish it, man. That game is
it's so solid, man. It's so good, man. So I'm enjoying like every bit of it. And I'm enjoying it so much, it's to the point I'm kind of like I'm not really all that concerned with like other stuff that's like dropping. Like I know it's there, and there's definitely stuff I'm going to drop and play, like Spider-Man and this and that.
Excuse me.
And I did the same thing with God of War, but it's just this. I'm just kind of like relegating 2018 to playing like the great games that I kind of put off on the back burners over the last couple of years. So
hey, Slow-Mo, Luca's getting receipts on you, man.
She's always getting receipts. I think when she has her phone in her hand, it's already in like the screenshot position. So all she gotta do is just flex her fingers and screenshot.
Yeah.
So every interaction that is not verbal has been screenshot. I'm fine. That's okay because I'm standing by my word.
Yeah, she said she's like, look, she's like this. She said, best believe this is a screenshot. Oh my!
And I've said it already. I said if they made Trash of Osiris and Warmind free, I would consider getting Forsaken. I would consider giving them money again. But until then, nah.
Yeah.
And every time they come out with a new, look at the new deal, I'm gonna be calling it out. This is not a deal. This is not even a sale. You don't even get $1 off.
Hey, you know what, man? Luca, I know what's gonna happen, man. You're gonna go out and buy the DLC. Luca's gonna pull his receipts. I can see it coming, man. You set yourself up, man. Hey, don't call me Danny said Luca's a stenographer. That's actually pretty funny. So yeah, so anyhow, so great games coming out this month. I'm looking forward to all this content. So oh my god, I'm losing my voice now. Excuse me. I'm telling you, man, I got like scurvy or some shit.
Damn. Pull back up.
Yeah.
18th century disease, though.
No, right?
Enrique has had some kind of throat plague for like the past 2 months.
Throat plague.
Every time we're on the show, man, his voice goes out. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like my voice goes. I don't know what's going on.
I think Enrique lives in Raccoon City.
Oh my god! All right, we're going to talk some more Sony news. So Sony reported another strong quarter of earnings. No doubt, it's due to its sales and strength in its PlayStation video game business, and demand for its smartphone camera components. Now, I didn't say their smartphones; their camera components in there for other smartphones. A lot of people don't know.
Ice lens, boy. That boy ain't no joke.
Was that?
Ice lens. That's the best lens you can find in the camera, man.
Yeah, no, it is. A lot of people don't know that that Sony does make some really good camera components. So, so this is interesting news. I tend to hear that look, we all know Microsoft's a very profitable company. The Xbox division is doing very well, but you'll hear out in the streets that both sides arguing with each other over who's more profitable and how Sony's not doing well and Sony's failed. Jesus. That I gotta be honest. That's the most wildest I've ever heard in my life. I just want to be like, God damn, did this? You grow up in a fucking bubble?
In the box, man.
Like seriously, were you? I mean, the fuck? How do you not? I mean, I don't know. Maybe because I'm old as fuck, and I remember, look, Sony. I mean, Sony was the electronics manufacturer back in the days. If you didn't have Sony in your house, you weren't doing work.
In the 80s, the Walkman was basically like the iPod.
No, it was garbage. It was garbage. It ate up batteries.
Shoot, everyone had one. It could ate up all the batteries in the world. I'm pretty sure Energizer and Duracell was still happy though.
Remember how pissed you would be when your belt clip broke?
Oh yeah,
you gotta carry that boy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Or those metal headphones bent.
Oh, dude, those metal headphones. Those are the worst, man. Yeah, everyone had the yellow Walkman. I'm like, guys. Oh my goodness. I just look. We know they've have failed at we know about Betamax. That didn't work out for them. And Kate Winslet is about to get it.
Yep, I mean, we know Blu-ray lost the HD DVD.
Yes, we know about that. We all know the failure of Sony PlayStation.
Of course.
Yeah. And look, I mean,
I think I remember somebody saying that they've been lucky. I swear I saw somebody say that, like somebody's been lucky when it comes to PlayStation.
Oh man, lucky
for like every generation but one.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let me and to say that is to be ignorant of history when it comes to the video game industry, because if you look at consoles, right, there's only been 10 consoles to ever sell more than 80 million, right? Out of those 10, 5 are PlayStation consoles.
Right.
PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 4 got PlayStation 1. Oh, and the Vita. Sorry, the Vita actually sold 80. So they've had 5 devices that have sold 80. I mean, that's not anything to discredit them. I mean, they look, man. A lot of us were around in 1995. We know they're not innovating the way they used to, but they changed the game.
Yeah, I mean, let's do a quick recap of their consoles. The original PlayStation took over the industry because Nintendo was dumb and held on to the cartridges. They went CDs. Square went with them. Game over. PlayStation 2.
That's really how it went down too, man. I mean, and all joking aside,
wasn't it a little bit more sinister than that? Wasn't it like a little backstabbing that happened there?
Yes. Nintendo. Nintendo pulled the plug
at the very last minute.
Yeah, they designed Nintendo system, and Nintendo was like, "No, because you're going CDs, and we have, you trying to basically make us do business with you." And then so Sony said, "Okay, all right, well, we'll do this ourselves." Big mistake. So big mistake on Nintendo's fault because they haven't, it took them to the Wii before they could actually dominate again. PlayStation 2, even bigger success than the first PlayStation.
Yeah,
gave us that dual shock.
And the only time where they didn't dominate is when they got a humongous head and said, "Yeah, go ahead and spend $600 for a system with no games. Go get a second job and do it too." Like that was next level stupidity and arrogance, and that's the only reason why they didn't win that gen. So, and again, I keep saying this until
it's still sold 80 million though.
And it still sold 80 million.
It still sold 80 million.
Right.
So I'll keep saying this until it's no longer true. Until Nintendo and Microsoft start looking at selling their brands in more countries and spending way more on marketing and reaching out to other territories and understanding what kind of games they're interested in. When Microsoft stops trying to sell Halo in Japan and starts actually getting exclusive Japanese games that Japanese people are interested in, actually marketing their system in Europe, then they'll have a legitimate shot at taking down Sony when Sony hasn't already shot themselves in the foot. And I don't think they're going to do what they did in the past next gen. So, and I'm not saying Microsoft's not going to be profitable. I'm not going to say they're not going to sell great systems, but and I think that the cloud thing is
Microsoft's doing well. I mean, even this console generation. I mean, all jokes aside, I mean they've had their challenges, but in terms of sales, the Xbox One console is not doing bad.
Yeah, it's not doing bad. All three platform holders are doing great right now. It's been their best year.
Yeah, all of them are doing very well.
So I'm not saying that because I believe Sony will be the number one console seller next gen that Microsoft's going to do that. And I really, really, really hope they do great because one, I have a One X. I'm pretty much interested in that Scarlet Cloud, and I want to see the competition because when they compete, Sony doesn't screw us over. Nintendo doesn't screw us over. It makes everyone better. So,
hey, Slimo, can I just say something?
Oh yeah.
I'm in love with Kate Winslet.
I'll be back on this.
Just want to throw that out there.
Can you put Google down for a second, okay?
No, I'm watching it. No, they got this movie on.
What movie?
The movie with Stringer Bell, man.
Yeah, only Enrique, man. You laying down like this heavy gamer thought.
Yeah, and I know it. Let's talk about Kate Winslet.
Oh man, she is. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that signature style of hosting, man.
What do you say? What you
got that signature style of hosting.
Yeah. So anyhow, Sony has posted record operating profits for their fiscal year in March, and Mr. Yoshida has said the company would focus on keeping the level stable. During the first quarter, all Sony units except movies and smartphones recorded operating profits, with the PlayStation business posting the highest, which I don't think is a surprise to anyone. Other divisions that posted profits were their semiconductor units, thanks to robust demand for Sony's image sensors and core component and smartphone cameras. So people forget they're in the music industry too.
Hey, Enrique, hold up.
Yeah, they are the most profitable in the music industry.
Yeah. Is Dominican Rocker 1955 serious? Is that sarcasm?
What is it? You don't know what you're talking about. Japan is irrelevant for consoles. I mean, there's some truth to that. They don't really play consoles. They play handhelds now.
They're still the third biggest territory in the world for gaming.
Yeah, but they're also playing more portable than they are home consoles.
And yet, okay, so having the Switch and the PlayStation 4 sold well into the millions in Japan.
I mean, I think the PlayStation's only sold a couple million.
Yeah, this is, I think, for Japan, this is like the PlayStation 4 is like the least selling PlayStation console in Japan
ever
right now.
It's only I swear it's only sold a couple million. Like but
I wouldn't say that I wouldn't say they're relevant. You know, where
I've seen Xbox sales in Japan on like weekly sales that show like 6,000, 7,000, 10,000. They've never had a presence there. And
no, they never had. I mean, they used to sell like 34 units a month.
Yeah. So
no, but I do believe
that like armed like people who stationed there in the military.
You're right. No, but that's the reason why the Switch is doing well, because it's a hybrid. It's a portable. I mean, they play more portable than anything else.
Yeah, because I mean, it's also like a part of the culture there. It's like, as far as like living spaces go, like in some cases there's not tremendous space in a place. And some places have like one TV, and you're not gonna like have that unit taken up by this big behemoth of a console at the time. Anyway, with how the Xbox One was, and even the PlayStation 4 by some standards is bigger than most of the past iterations, except for that Fat Boy. I don't know how that worked out in Japan. that joke fit, you know. But they're definitely more of a mobile culture at this point. Like, you know, that's why, you know, Nintendo is rocking with, you know, getting into the mobile side of things. Konami's releasing mobile Castlevania there because it rocks with that kind of thing, you know.
Yep.
Switch is doing pretty well there because
Switch is doing very well there.
Yeah.
So he's got a good point, Slimo. Yeah. So you were wrong, Slimo.
I'm not.
Yeah, but he kind of came in sideways though. You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not wrong. Okay, so it's not that big a deal for Japan with consoles anymore. What about Europe? What about the fact that
Sony Europe is big?
Hold on. What about the fact that Sony sells their console, and it started out this generation selling their console in more than double the countries that Xbox was selling theirs in?
Well, we've always known that about Sony. That Sony's had a more of an international presence than Microsoft. That's not new.
They market their system better. You don't see Xbox commercials the way you see Sony commercials.
Yeah. I gotta be honest, Lemo, you're starting to sound like a pony now, man.
No, hey, I told you my nickname is Click Clack. No, I'm just honest.
That's a good point, man. You're right. They do.
What are you saying, B?
No, it's funny too because you know, you bring up the marketing thing. Remember, like at the beginning of the gen, like 2013, 14, when they had all those like epic commercials for you know, like all the games that they had coming out, and they just slowly stopped doing that.
Yeah,
and Sony continues to do it. You know, every single year. You know, they have the, you know, Waiting for Greatness or whatever campaign, and they show just whatever games they have coming out for the holiday season, even if they're not exclusive. You know what I mean? They still show whatever game that they have marketing with, whatever games came out earlier in the year, and they just put it in this huge reel, and they just run it on every like major show, every sporting event. You know what I mean? So people are constantly seeing it. You don't see that with stuff.
You gotta spend that money, man. You gotta spend that money for the marketing. Those ad spots aren't cheap, but it keeps your name and your brand in the mind of the masses, and the casual gamers are the ones that buy the systems the most. So, you know, us hardcore guys, we're gonna buy everything because it's what we do. We want to play everything and buy everything. But you know, your casual gamer will play FIFA, Madden, Call of Duty, Fortnite, and that may be about it. And they're gonna get one console. So Fortnite, you want to be in their mind.
Just think about what Sony did with the God of War thing when they had it on the floor of Oracle. You know what I mean? How many casual gamers didn't know what the hell God of War was? But they saw that gameplay on the floor and like, oh, I might check that out.
So what's your point? He says, dude, Sony releases consoles to markets with no PSN. Microsoft consoles about online. They don't release the console without online support. You're basically making my point for me. That Sony sells their console in markets that Microsoft doesn't sell the Xbox. Therefore, they will always end up selling more. Even last gen, most successful console Microsoft has had, the 360. Vast majority of those sales came in North America. So, like, I don't know what you're arguing about. You're making my point for me. Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate you, bruh.
We always enjoy a good debate in the live chat.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we really do. So
I want the rail further. If he responds back, I'll just type it.
All right. So but there is some other news that's probably not as sunny or rosy regarding PlayStation. PlayStation Plus subscribers dropped by 300,000 between March and June. B Money, you have some thoughts about this, man?
Yeah, I do, man. I think it's something I've been talking about for a little while now. But most of the Sony's first party games are single player games, and I think it's becoming a detriment to them kind of selling their service because most people, if you have multiple consoles, if Xbox is your main console, and you just go to PlayStation for the exclusives, why do you need PlayStation Plus? Every game is a single player game, so you can pick up that game, enjoy that game, and go right back to your Xbox. If you're on PlayStation and you're not a big online guy, you don't have to play Call of Duty or whatever the big multiplayer game is. Why do you need PlayStation Plus? You know what I mean? So it's definitely starting to work in the favor of the consumer because they don't need to spend that extra money. But I think just with the comments from Yoshida and Kadera over the past couple of months, the multiplayer stuff is something that they definitely want to address. It's probably not something we'll see this gen, but I think going into the next gen, we'll see more multiplayer efforts from them, whether that be within some of their single player games or just games that feature more multiplayer aspects to them to kind of grow that service. Kadera has talked many times about really doubling down on the PlayStation Plus and bringing a value to that.
Yeah,
and I think they may be looking to revamp the PlayStation Now stuff. I think that will play a factor in that, and I think heading towards multiplayer games is definitely something that they're considering. So I think they'll definitely address it. It's starting to hit them in the wild a little bit, so they'll definitely address it, I think.
Yeah,
I think so too. And I wanted to piggyback on that because I think that flew under the radar. Like, Yoshida talking about that. Whereas, you get the flash headlines if Phil's talking about single player or the case may be, or Xbox single player, and then that kind of gets played up a lot more.
Right.
But yeah, that Yoshida thing kind of went on the radar, which is interesting because all you hear from dudes, they say, well, I like multiplayer and they don't have multiplayer and I only buy it for their exclusive. And it's like, well, whatever reason you're buying it, but they can address the multiplayer thing the same way Microsoft is addressing the single player thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's flying on, under the radar as far as like falling on deaf ears or whatever the case may be. And you and I have said this before. People are like, well, arrogant Sony's coming back. They don't do this. They don't do that. Don't ever underestimate how competitive and petty that company is.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's what made them come back where they did with PS4. They did not like how things went with PS3.
Right.
They didn't like their shine being stolen, by this American company and, and this and that.
Yeah.
And I think, they may be coasting a little bit right now because of where they stand, but I don't think they're coasting because they're being lazy. I don't think they're coasting because they're being arrogant. I think they're just ramping up for what's coming next.
And, Eric, I think you bring up a good point. I mean, they have, look, we all know Microsoft, it tends to be kind of knows where the puck's heading in terms of technology. And I think they tend, and have more recently, tend to beat Sony. But we haven't seen Sony kind of lay on their rear ends and not try to duplicate some of the things that Microsoft's been successful at. They did that this console generation with, look, let's face it, a much improved online network. PlayStation Now is much better than it was. PlayStation, the online infrastructure is much better than it was when PS3 was out.
Right.
And so I could see them absolutely making improvements to the network next console generation.
I think they absolutely will. And I know people kind of sit and say, well, Microsoft does all the innovating, Sony does all the copying. And I'm like, I expect a certain amount of innovation from Microsoft because they are a software company. Like that's the kind of thing that they do. But don't get it twisted when it comes to ideas. They borrow from Sony the same way. I mean, if you look at iterations of the UI of Xbox One, they borrow some things from Sony. Sony borrows some things from them.
Yeah.
When you look at the game plan of giving away games within a service, Sony kind of started throwing that out first. Microsoft kind of followed suit on that. Groups, different things like that. Good ideas should always be like kind of taken and you implement them to your platform because that only serves your fan base. You should always be doing that. It's not stealing. It's not being shady. It's addressing it. Like, oh, that's a good idea. We're not going to straight up jack it, but we're going to do our iteration of it or our version of it.
And we see that in all types of services, technology.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we see that companies typically take the best of what one company does if they're in that same space, and they build upon it and try to make it better.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. So, but like B was saying too, man, it's like being that they don't push the paywall for certain things. Yeah, I can see why there's a drop off. Some people probably, had 3-month trials of 1-month trials of Plus, playing Fortnite, playing Warhammer, different games like that, but realized I don't really need it because I'm not being charged the paywall for it to access it. So I don't really need that. And like B said, single player games. And some people don't really care about downloading quote unquote free games every month in PS Plus. You know what I'm saying? Like we kind of do that kind of thing because we play a lot of different stuff. Some people, they pick up they're playing Fortnite, then they pick up Sea of Thieves, and they pick up one other single player type game. That's it for them for the year. So the idea of paying $60 for something that's like I may or may not use, it doesn't stop me from using Netflix. It doesn't stop me from doing this and that. So whereas on the Xbox side, some people have other reasons. I mean, now, Fortnite and those things are still locked behind a paywall.
Yeah.
I just want chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to live chat real quick.
And the UI ain't 4K. What's up with that?
Yeah.
I'm throwing that out there.
Dominican Rocker 1955 says Sony sells PS4 in countries where they don't have PSN. That's also a fact. I mean,
that's why we just talked about the single player games.
Yeah,
I mean PSN.
Yeah, they're still, even if they sell consoles where they don't have PSN, they're still making money. It's money on top of, it's just extra money at that point. You think about the single player games, and look, whether or not somebody subscribes to PSN, they still have to be connected to the internet. And if they're connected to the internet, they're connected to the PlayStation Store, which means that people are potentially buying games digitally. So there's other ways for them to drive revenue outside of, same thing with Xbox, other ways for them to drive revenue outside of subscriptions. And that's done by selling hardware, selling software. And if you don't have PSN available, you still have to be connected to the internet, which means you probably still have you have some kind of online store, which people are buying games from. So there you go. I mean, you're still making money, and I'm just, money's money either way you look at it. So, yeah, so I wanted to get to NPD real quick before you wrap up. Slow-mo, are you still there, man?
Crazy.
So what?
Oh, there he is. There's Slow-mo. Thought you died or something, man.
No, always tell.
Trying to figure out why this guy's like, what this guy's talking about. I mean, I understand what he's talking about, but I'm just like, no one said otherwise about Sony selling PS4 when they don't have PSN. It's just like,
I mean,
I guess you just want to argue with yourself. I mean, maybe he should go get a mirror and just like argue with himself for a couple of hours. But I don't know.
He's saying,
hey man,
he's saying there's no store in Dominican Republic,
and which is why that like physical copies of games are never going to really go anywhere, at least for the next 2 generations. That's why every single platform gives you the ability to buy the game physically.
But I don't agree with that either, because I think there's some markets that are just, look, if they're not profitable and not making money, they're just going to be ignored. I mean, if digital takes off and people are buying digital and people in DR aren't buying digital, there's no market there for it, and the future is digital, there's not going to be a market in DR.
Well, but I mean, I would say that Sony has proven there is a market there because they're outselling everyone.
Right. And I think Sony, out of any of them would still produce physical media in certain markets if that's where it was selling. Because to my knowledge, they're the only ones right now that doesn't have a quantity limit as far as discs that have to be produced for a game.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, look, even if there's no store in the Dominican Republic, the fact of the matter remains they're still making money.
Right. Well, yeah, B, that's why I think limited run rocks with Sony and Nintendo. Not so much with Xbox. I know people have been wanting limited run Xbox games, but they have that. They said it's not feasible or cost effective, for the amount of copies that Microsoft wants you to buy,
right,
or produce or something to that effect. So,
yeah. All right, let's get to NPD, June 2018.
The thing we all love. You can always tell when NPD hits, boy.
Yeah, man. Twitter blows
running around in the streets, crazy.
Yeah, people are fucking. People have their pitchforks out right now. All right, so hardware sales for June 2018 were up 52% year over year to $350 million. There was an increase, which you mentioned, in all current generation platforms, like we mentioned earlier in the podcast, despite whatever console you may worship. The fact that I'll joke aside, motherfuckers worship these pieces of plastic.
Yeah, they do.
This shit's so ridiculous, man. It just tried seriously
on an unnatural emotional level. That watching it sometime, like, my God, man, you really must not have problems.
No, you got grown ass men that are worshiping plastic. They need a piece of ass. That's what it comes down to.
You know what's funny? I mean to interrupt you, Ricky, but it just kind of hit me. Like that recent outrage with Ubisoft and banning bad words and banning people for bad words. People get more up in arms for their right to say the N-word or to curse someone out than people calling them Xbox and ponies and fanboys. No, they it's hey, don't talk about my console, but hey, it just what is happening? Why do people act like that? It's crazy.
The problem is people think they can say whatever they want without consequence, and that's not the reality of the situation. You can say whatever you want, but you have to take into account that they may be consequences for your actions, and that's just life. That's life in general. You go out, you rob a store, if you want to make that choice and do that, and you get caught.
Put it like this, Enrique. That random crazy shit that you're about to say. Try this. Walk up on some random, just not some old lady. I'm talking about some big dude, some chick or whatever. Walk up on them and say that random shit that you want to say online and see what happens to you when you don't have a keyboard between you. So think about it that way. Go the same route that you would if you were in public. Because I guarantee these people want to say these things in public to people.
No. Hell no. There's no way the stuff that people say to each other online would they ever say to someone in person.
You get your ass mocked.
Exactly.
Yeah, just go watch the videos of the people who try to take that risk. See what happens to their ass.
They giving you lessons,
like river dancing on their face.
They're giving you lessons every day.
Yeah, look
about what not to say.
Right.
I'm telling you, people don't know. Dominican Rocker says, "Oh, Sony's making money is the solution to not being able to update the rosters in MLB The Show." Okay, don't know what that means, but
we're not making excuses for them.
Who created this account to come having?
Okay, Xbot, thank you.
What'd you say, me money?
I said we're not making excuses for them not having PSN in the DR, but
no, he said, "Oh, Sony is making money is a solution to not being able to update the rosters."
Yeah, because he's saying there's no PSN there, but I mean, we're not making an excuse for that.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, shit. I mean, I don't know what to say, man. You live in DR, that's tough, man. I don't know.
I have to have K Mega tweet him.
Yeah, we don't have that problem here, man. I'm sorry. That's the situation there in the DR, man. But that sucks, man. As Luca would say, it sucks to suck.
Yeah.
So so hardware sales are. But seriously, man, it's funny. Like these people that worship these consoles, man. Like they're all doing well. It shit just cracks me up, man.
It rots the brain, man. I tell you, like the logic just completely twists, and it's just no matter what, it's on both sides. So before he even says, "You guys are just being ponies, you're picking on it," no, it's on both sides. There are Sony fanboys who will get mad at Forza Motorsport 7 for having microtransactions. Those get removed. They say nothing about that, but they damage controlling Sony lying about not having transactions in GT Sport. I'll get on them too.
Yeah.
So like it's in both sides. You just y'all brains are just rotten, man. Y'all need to disconnect from the internet. Just be deprogrammed.
Hey, like Big G says.
Nobody wants to have an even playing field. If you pissed about something on one console, you should be pissed about it on all consoles.
Exactly. Say that again, B.
I mean, it's the real shit, man. If you pissed about one thing on your console or opposite console, you should be pissed about it on all consoles, man. You can't complain about microtransactions on one console or one particular platform and then not say the same shit if it comes to your platform. It makes absolutely no sense.
Facts.
You know, man. This yeah. And that's like, look, we all rock on all the consoles. I like all my consoles equally. It is what it is. I know there was a time when people were like, "You gotta have a preference, dude. You gotta have a preference." No, I spend, and we were just talking about this in the DM earlier. It's like I may not even realize it, but I've maybe spent a few months in my Xbox, and then the next month I may spend months in my PlayStation, or I spend, months on it. I rock with all of them. They all have something I want to play, and even if I couldn't do that, even if I wasn't, in a position to be able to do that, and I can only rock with one, I'm going to choose the one that fits me. So even that, I'm not going to be on Twitter like, "Oh man, yours sucks," because I don't have it.
Exactly.
Because you know why? Because I have real problems, and I'm a grown ass man. Like, it's just this other stuff. I see some of these cats going in. I'm just like, you burning calories over dumb shit, dude.
Burning calories. Oh,
yeah, I need you to like this game. I need you to like this. Because I can't enjoy it if you don't like it. No. Not one game that I own where I need somebody else to like it. I'll rock by myself.
Yeah, for me, the extent of me caring about these companies is just making sure they are in business enough to make their competition actually be honest.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Beyond that, I don't give a crap what their financials look like. I don't care I care about how much that game sells if I like it, just enough so that they think about making a sequel. After that, I don't care. Don't care about these companies. Look, if Sony went out of business, Sony said, "You know what? We're done. We're just going to make TVs from now on."
Right.
All right. Guess I'm rocking with Nintendo. I am a guy first. And all that other junk, that's like at the bottom of my priority list. I may play on my Xbox more just because most of my friends have Xboxes and don't have PlayStations. But I got my PlayStation. I get most of those exclusives. I enjoy the hell out of them and I play them. And like back in April, man, God of War, I was all over that. Spent all my time on that. But once I was done, I was right back to trying to finish Far Cry 5 on my Xbox One X.
I just noticed Stringer Bell's got some crooked ass teeth, man.
Man, Enrique, stop watching this movie. It took me a second to realize what
saw his teeth, man. Because I got that 55-inch TCL.
Yeah, man. You can't be the next Phil Donahue like this, man.
Hey, you know what, man? I'm better than Phil Donahue.
You like that reference, man?
Yeah. Hey, E, that was funny, man. You said these dudes are out there burning calories over console wars.
I mean, but for real, you guys know what I'm saying, man. Look how much energy they spend, like day in, day out. I'm like, I'm just trying to finish and find time to play my games.
Yeah.
I can't imagine spending that much time like going back and forth with people.
Shit, I'm buying a new house, man.
I'm trying to make sure that you respect the executives at this company, or that I'm not worried about any of these executives. They make a lot more dough than I do. They go home at night like happy. They work for a gaming company and make a lot of dough doing it.
People worried about people worried about what the media says about these consoles, and Xbox doesn't get a fair break. And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man, you got time to worry about that? Seriously?
So IGN, it benefits IGN for Microsoft to go away completely in the gaming realm. Like their coverage, the money they make off of that, the ad revenue, it benefits them to want you to see Microsoft go away.
Yep.
They have a complete agenda to get rid of Microsoft and Xbox.
Yeah, they're back in the boardroom. Come on, guys, we gotta bury Microsoft. This is what we're gonna do.
It's like, hey, when Phil comes in for lunch next week, let's just still let him know that we're not covering this anymore. It's like, stop.
Yeah, we got Project X to X.
Yeah,
we're gonna get rid of the Xbox.
Yeah, right. we're gonna tell everybody how Phil Spencer came in to IGN offices and clogged up the toilet. Ha! Phil Spencer's got a shitty ass. I mean,
anybody get a chance to go over those notes from Yoshida about how to take them down? We can definitely put this in effect.
Look, when it comes to the gaming media, this is what I will say. They are biased in some ways. We talked about this earlier this week. They're biased in some ways, but it's not platforms. It's not for Sony or for Nintendo.
No, it's not.
They're biased in other ways that are very, very obvious, and I don't want to go down that rabbit hole right now. But you can just go to Polygon / Kotaku and look at some of their articles that make you go, how is this about gaming? and you know exactly how they're biased, so you can just leave that there. But otherwise, like this, it's a conspiracy against my plastic box. No, it's not. Shut up.
I say anything. The bias and conspiracy is against the fan bases themselves, the ones that just go nuts and ape shit. Like some of you have just destroyed these people to a level where they wake up in the morning and figure out ways to fuck with you.
Oh yeah. We've had prominent authors who work for these websites who've admitted that. I don't have a problem with Xbox, but I hate that Xbox community. So any chance I get to piss them off, I'm gonna use my Twitter account and do it.
Yeah.
I mean, hey,
the problem is, dude, falling for it every time.
But hey, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Again, we are equal opportunity haters on fanboys. By the way, I just want to make that clear. It's not that we call out Xbots only. No, we call out ponies too. Trust me. We don't agree with
it's just silly, man. Like blocking people just because they talk with certain. It's like,
that's just stupid, man. But let's get back to NPD because we kind of want to.
And those Nintendo drones can get it too.
Yes, they can. So
Remember, before we go on, remember how people thought that they were like so kumbaya? And what we figured out is, no, it's just because they didn't really have the ammo because the Wii U was being destroyed.
Exactly.
Right. Now
the Switch out there.
Now they all walking tall with their underpowered, fragile, portable console.
Oh my god! All right, so the 52% year-over-year growth for hardware, according to NPD. Give a shout out to Matt Piscatella, who put out a great video. If you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, definitely want to check it out. He puts on some great videos when he releases NPD updates. But look, we talked about the power of Fortnite. NPD saying the gains can be attributed to Fortnite and some of the promotions around E3 and the redistribution of the NS Classic Mini, which was re-released again. So Fortnite, man, they're doing business, man. Driving hardware sales. That's crazy.
No, we can't skate over the fact that the NES Mini, dude, on the second round, came in number one, man.
Yeah, that's right. Nintendo's. You're right, Eric. The NES Classic Mini was June's highest unit selling hardware platform for June, but the PlayStation 4 still leads the market in dollar sales. This makes it the best-selling console hardware platform year to date. So Sony's still doing well. I mean, PlayStation 4 is probably going to be the by December be the top-selling hardware platform. Xbox One, our hardware dollar sales nearly doubled for the month year over year. Switch sales were up 50%. PlayStation 4 hardware dollars were also higher. I'm sure the Xbox One hardware dollars are probably dollar sales increases. Probably I would imagine something to do with the maybe sales of the Xbox One X. That's my guess. I like to I wonder if Matt would have any more insight into that. So, portable hardware grew 7% for the month, up 2% compared to last year. Software dollar sales of console portable PC software came in at $374 million. It's a 1% decline year over year. So that's interesting to see that. But the Switch was the only platform showing software sales growth in June. Anyone surprised by that? By the way, I'm not.
No,
nope.
Not really. Yeah.
Let's see here. On a yearly basis, sales of action titles are up 30%. Racing games are up 22%. Shooter sales are up 13%. And listen to this. Remastered Game of the Year anniversary sales of other repackaged titles were up 150%.
So what remaster
came out
are these people buying?
What remasters have come out recently?
It's gotta be something that came out in the past like month and a half or something like. I can't think of anything.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I'd like to know. I'll tell you what, man. Nintendo's putting in work. We talk about the software sales, all platforms, software sales for June 2018. Number one game, Mario Tennis Aces. Now, keep in mind that Nintendo does not report digital. It doesn't include digital and physical.
Yeah, Dark Souls. Thank you.
Dark Souls. There you go.
Yeah, DT Route 49, Dark Souls. That was a remaster that came out recently.
Yeah, you're right. But Nintendo does not report digital sales, so they're only reporting physical, whereas Sony and Nintendo are reporting both physical and digital sales. So Mario Tennis Aces came in at number 1. Number 2 was God of War.
Bounce back.
And number 3, holy shit, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, man. Ballad Gay Tony. Gay Tony hit the clubs, man.
Oh, is that what that was? The Gay Tony DLC?
Yeah, Gay Tony was it came back this past week or whatever.
Gotcha.
A lot of people were picking up because they were showing off all the hype trailers for it and stuff like that. So
I might have to check that out. 4 was The Crew 2, 5 Far Cry 5, 6 was Mario Kart 8, 7 Lego Incredibles, 8 FIFA 18, 9 Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, 10 Detroit Become Human, 11 Super Mario Odyssey, 12 The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I thought exclusives and single player games didn't matter. 13 Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, 14 NBA 2K18, 15 Call of Duty World War II, 16 MLB The Show, 17 Assassin's Creed Origins, 18 Vampire. That's actually pretty cool to see Vampire up there. 19 Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, 20 State of K2. Let me tell you something. Nintendo is putting in work.
Let me tell you who else is putting in work. Ubisoft. They got 4 games on this list.
Yeah, and none of them is The Division because it's garbage.
It's 3 years old.
Look how old Grand Theft Auto 5 is.
No,
last gen game.
That's a finesse.
Next.
You want to know why Grand Theft Auto 5 is still selling like that?
Next. I don't want your excuses.
Grand Theft Auto. No.
Here we go.
So many people are confused on why this continues to keep happening and why that game keeps selling. It's because for the people who are still playing it, it's cheaper to just buy the game again to get more money than to buy a shark card.
All right. Okay, whatever you say. NPD. Excuse me. NPD top 10 games year to date. Far Cry 5, God of War. Monster Hunter World. God, great Monster World still up there as top 10 games year to date. Call of Duty World War II, garbage. Dragon Ball Fighters, 6 Grand Theft Auto 5, 7 Mario Kart 8, 8 NBA 2K18, 9 MLB 18 The Show, and 10 Super Mario Odyssey. So those are your NPD top 10 games year to date. So it's I tell you what, Nintendo is putting in work.
Yeah, only getting started, man.
I just need them to secure and shore up the hardware a little bit. Yo, I tell you guys, I had to send my left Joy-Con in because it won't lock in anymore.
Yeah, I remember you saying that, man.
And I didn't know that was a thing until like I went to Google it, and it popped up like one of the first hits, like immediately.
Yeah.
Like, what? So so that's like sort of a thing. And then when I hit them up, like it was like really no even question about it. They're like, we're gonna get the work order going.
Yeah.
So literally like, I'm very careful with my stuff. Didn't drop it. Didn't do anything like that. It's just whatever that little clip is that keeps it locked is supposed to kind of flimsy, and it could just over time that just kind of happens. So what was happening is I'd be holding it, and the left Joy-Con would just pop up.
Damn,
without much pressure on it. So
yeah, that's not good.
You can get like these replacement kits to fix that with metal clips, but then of course that will void your warranty.
Yeah,
on doing that, but
yeah,
it is what it is. But then I heard that some people are having like cracks around their heat vents.
Yeah,
I have actually seen that. So
yeah, I've heard that too.
So I'm that's why I'm kind of like
revision, man.
Yeah, that revision is gonna be coming, man. Because that's what they do. Like they'll take all that feedback, all those different things, and people will be hot about it when that revision comes out. Like I just bought one. What's up? But they'll put that revision out. It'll be stronger. It'll be a little more powerful.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait on that revision, and that's when I'll finally get a Switch. Because I mean, with my house, with my kids. It may not last. If as fragile as this thing seems to be, it may not last a week in my house.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, one more thing, guys. With regards to NPD, year-to-date spending across the video game industry, hardware, software, accessories, and game cards grew 25% to 1.1 billion. And year to date, up 17%, to 6 billion.
It's crazy.
That's crazy, man. So the industry's moving, man.
There's been a lot of people who've been saying like this year hasn't been that great for gaming.
Who said that?
There's been a lot of people on Twitter, man.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
What?
Yeah, they said that last year was better. This year has not been a good year. They haven't played that many games. Just, I don't understand, man.
I don't understand that either, man.
Everything is up.
Yeah,
the growth is there.
The growth is there. I mean, the proof is in the numbers, man. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, it's there's so much. I mean, there's so much shit to play right now.
Yeah, so many games to play. DC Roof is Warframe is the truth.
Yeah, teacher said that.
It is the truth. Yo, man, those updates when they come out, I can't wait. Oh my gosh, I can't wait, man.
So that's another one that I want to kind of start playing around with.
Nah, don't do it, E. Don't do it, man. You'll never get to Destiny.
Look, he's telling you truth. You go down that Warframe rabbit hole, you'd be like, what? Hold up, what year is it? Is it 20? They got new consoles out? What's happening? I've been grinding Warframe. That game, I love that game. That game's awesome. I've been playing that more the past week. They gave everyone who had logged in after the TennoCon, they gave everyone who had logged in the past week, and also had Twitch linked to their account. They gave them Ash Prime for free. I don't even know the Warframes.
Talk about. I have no idea what that is.
So you know how like in Destiny you have different guardians, and it's like three different kind of guardians, right?
Different ninja suit or whatever.
Yeah, and Warframe they have 33 different Warframes.
Oh my god!
And so in each one is completely different, plays completely different, and there is a Warframe for every kind of play style. And so the Prime ones are like the better version of the regular ones, and Ash Prime, like basically there was like this thing where if you watch the TennoCon on Twitch for like half an hour, you got Ash Prime sent to your account for free. But their servers crashed because it was just like too many people. And so they said, you know what? Because this is how digital streams is. This is how awesome we are. They said, you know what? We can't verify that you did or didn't watch. But look, if you have logged in the past week, we're going to give it to you.
All right, cool.
I mean, that was a lot of good fan service with them.
Yeah, they're like one of my favorite developers now.
By the way, a movie with Nathan Fillion just came on HBO. I'm watching. It's called The Waitress. On HBO. Imagine that.
They show movies on HBO, Enrique.
I know, but Nathan Fillion's in it, so just random. Kerry Russell's in it. Anyhow, all right. So that's all the time we have actually today for Brap. Gaby Forte loves Warframe. He's like, I love it. It's so good. That's actually not how he talks, but I think his voice is a little more higher pitched. Would you?
It's a little whiny too.
Yeah, he's like, hey, what's up, guys?
It's especially if you say something bad about Destiny, he just starts like it's this high pitched shrill thing. It's like, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like you ever watched the Wizard of Oz when the witch gets melted and she's just like cackling. It's like, yeah, that's how he sounds.
Damn, man, that's not nice. Oh man. All right. Well, anyway, like I said, we are you are savage. We are out of time this evening. Want to give everyone a shout out in the live chat. We got 20 people watching. We only got 14 likes. Come on, everyone, hit them likes. Hit us up. So
if you hit those likes, we'll talk nicely about your favorite piece of plastic. We promise.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, if you give us a like, we'll whatever console you want us to prop up and stroke. That didn't sound right.
I'm not stroking anything, man.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, we're not okay. Don, we're not doing that. We're not okay. Whatever console you like, we'll talk nicely about. How about that? And we'll bash the other side. How's that sound? Forte is giving us eyes. He was like, "What?" Forte's like, "What is going on?" Forte, how's that PC, man? Hopefully it's working. So, but hey, B Money, Eric Jackson, Slow-Mo, thank you again, gentlemen. Always a pleasure to talk video games with you guys. What's up, Texas Lean? Live chat. And E, man, great to have you back, man. Like I said, we missed you.
Yeah, man, it's great to be back, bro.
Yeah, man, it's too long, man. Too long.
Indeed.
So, B, I look forward to hopefully playing some Destiny with you, man.
Yeah, man. Send me an invite if you're on, man. I'm always down to play.
Yeah, I saw you on the other. I was gonna send you an invite, but you were, I think you were at a party playing some 2K. I was like, I'm gonna bother him.
Oh yeah, 2K sessions have been heavy, man. We definitely getting ready for 2K19, man.
Nice.
So anybody who's out there playing 2K, definitely hit me up, man. We out there getting busy.
Oh my God, Gaming Forte said this was a great show until the end. Don't know about that, sir. Hey, we're gonna have Gaming Forte back on. He's a great guest. I like the fact that he has great taste in gaming, and just all around good guy. So yeah. All right, everyone. So we'll be back next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and just a quick reminder: the week that Spider-Man releases, we won't be on. So just keep that in mind. Other than that, thank you everyone in the live chat who came by and hung out with us tonight. Irrelevant Native, Gaming Forte, Texas Lean, the Puerto Rican guy or the DR guy. I forgot his name. I'm sorry, but great.
Dominican Rocker, 1955. Yes. I appreciate your input, even though you were console warring. But it's all good, man. I love you.
Yeah, no, we appreciate it, man. And who else? Punk Kiddish, great seeing you on, and Chief Tommy, and anyone else I'm forgetting. Thank you again, and excuse me. We'll see you guys next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
You gotta take care of that whooping cough, man.
Yeah, man. Everybody
oh my God.
Enrique is one of the those people on the Oregon Trail. You ever play that game? Every 5 steps.
That's not right. Oregon Trail. Hey, you know what's funny? My buddy's nephew got the Oregon Trail as a birthday gift. So, man, I'm not one of those people. All right,
everybody. Don't forget to check out Evo this weekend. Evo is this weekend, and they gave away Tekken 7 for this weekend, I believe.
Yeah, you can play for free on Xbox Live.
Yeah, you can play that for free. So if you want to get your head bust, definitely hit me up, man. Check in this weekend. So.
Oh my God, it's too funny. All right. And hey, remember everyone, we are an official affiliate of the Inner Circle Network. Definitely check out the web link below to Tick. You'll see it in the description below. Please go to the website for all your latest gaming news, insight, and reviews. Great website. And be sure to check out the other Tick, I was going to say YouTube channels, the other Tick podcast. I know B Money, you were part of the Saturday night Inner Circle Network podcast. You still going live at 11 p.m.?
10:30, 11. Whenever we decide to hit the live button, I guess.
All right, cool. So definitely check out those guys Saturday night. And don't forget to check out the Iron Lords, the ILP, on Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So they'll be on this weekend. Definitely check those folks out. And please visit the Inner Circle Network website, again, description below, if you want to catch the other podcasts as well. So on that note, we are out. Peace, everyone. The Division sucks. The Division 2 will suck. We all know that to be a fact. And don't listen to what Slow-Mo says.
Slander.
Bye.